Welcome to part 4 of the Globe Trekker Habitat Build tutorial. For a complete playlist, find a link in the description of this video and be sure to subscribe to this YouTube channel for more information, updates, and new products.
The roof and the floor are the same in a rectangular box. We'll utilize the same aluminum square tubing, not only for the flat bar, but on the roof for running wires. The channels in the extrusion has a void so the wiring can go around the perimeter of the frame. But once you seal it in and you enclose it, you do not have the opportunity to run wire unless you drill holes in your frame if you choose to. But I'm going to actually run my ceiling lights and my power lights for my power hatch all while I got the roof here and my glue is drying. So this is a great opportunity to just go ahead and run the wires, use a little bit of caulk to keep it in the center where you need it to be, and away you go.
Because the wiring of each habitat will be at the owner's discretion, Globe Trekker will put out a separate video on the general wiring procedures and practices to help you jumpstart your project if you are unsure where you should start. We begin part 4 by prepping the tops of the 3 standing walls. Start by removing the protective film 6 inches from the tops of these walls, both inside and out. Then clean the walls with lint-free alcohol wipes. Get all of the extrusions laid out for the roof and begin wiping down both extrusion channels. Then remove the roof panel's protective film 6 inches around the entire top and bottom edges. Wipe down these edges with the alcohol wipes. Next, run 4 beads of Sikaflex caulk in the glue channel of the extrusion that fits into the roof only. Slip the extrusion onto the roof panel. Continue mounting all 4 roof extrusions using ratchet straps as panel seating aids. Important: measure the side extrusion channels to ensure they match the side walls that are already into place, and adjust the extrusions as necessary. Also, check the extrusions for square by measuring diagonally across the panel to achieve an equal distance. Utilize the aluminum corner brackets to hold the mitered corners into place with the 80/20 hardware, but do not glue the brackets into place at this time. The best way to raise the roof onto the standing front and side panels is an overhead lift system, such as a 4-post gantry crane. If you do not have access to such equipment, but do have access to many hands, it is possible to lift the roof panel and carefully slide it onto the 2x4 spreader bars. Ensure that you pad the corners of the spreader bars prior to attempting to place the roof onto them. Use a lift and move method rather than a push and slide method to center the roof onto the side walls. This prevents scratching of the ceiling and high side loading pushing on the side walls. Other mechanical and hydraulic methods can also be used. Use discretion and a safety-first approach in mounting the roof panel. Use scrap wood to protect the extrusions from metal-to-metal contact. Ensure the roof is centered on the walls. Replace the middle spreader with a 4x4 that spans the side panels just forward of longitudinal center. Using scrap 4x4s placed on top of the sidewall extrusions may be necessary to ensure the spreader bars do not flop over on their side. Then begin to remove any shoring material that is under the front half of the roof panel, but is still balanced, hanging the front section in midair. Carefully tip the roof forward and check for proper fit with the front and side wall panels. Once the roof is confirmed that it will fit into the front and side panels, begin to run 4 beads of glue along the front roof extrusion and at a minimum, the front half of the side wall extrusions. Pay close attention to seal every corner thoroughly with glue. Do not caulk the rear extrusion.
DeWalt gun, it's super powerful, super convenient as you guys saw. What you didn't see behind the scenes is that it is so powerful, if your caulk is a little bit cold, it will blow out the back of the tube or it'll blow out the side of the wall. So we went through about 6 more tubes than we anticipated using, so we had to order some more for even my build. So no worries about plenty of cases, we're ready to roll. Aluminum can handle up to 10 to sometimes 15% of elongation, depending on the alloy, but the caulk itself has a very high elongation of almost 400%. So therefore, any thermal expansion that does occur in differentiation, which in our 18-foot box we calculated about 20 thousandths of an inch, we literally have a more than adequate enough Sikaflex give that it's not even a concern at all. So as everything changes in strength with heat and sun and exposure and all those elements, Sikaflex will absorb any of those variations we have.
To reach the glue pockets with the caulk gun, You may need to move the shoring material temporarily forward or rearward. Additionally, caulk each vertical wall extrusion corner to thoroughly seal the joint. Using a tag team method of swapping out empty Sikaflex tubes for fresh will help the process move ahead more quickly. Carefully tip the front roof extrusion into the front and side walls and attach a ratchet strap to hold it in place. Continue to caulk the rest of the sidewall extrusion until all 4 glue pockets have been filled with a bead of Sikaflex. Use one of the 2x4 spreader bars to hold the rear of the roof in place until you can remove the 4x4 teeter pivot point. Then, carefully remove the spreader bar and allow the roof to rest into position onto the side walls. Confirm that the roof is fully seated by measuring the front and rear sidewall heights on both the left and right sides of the habitat. You have now completed part 4 of the Globe Trekker Habitat Build tutorial. If you wish to view any episode of this build, a link in the playlist is located in the description of this video.